Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to make this 3D resolve logo that you see on the screen in Fusion. With that said, we'll go ahead and get started. We do have to have a picture of the logo, and it should be 600 by 600 or less. This one's 512 by 512. Right click in the media pool, select new Fusion composition. You can give it a name if you'd like, but you don't have to. Leave the duration on 5 seconds is fine. Then you'll see a little gray box up here. Grab that and bring it down to the timeline. And head to Fusion. There's our picture we're going to mask out. We're going to do the outer perimeter, inner perimeter, and all three of these teardrops. I will fast forward through that part of it so it's not too long of a tutorial. Click away right about there. For those of you that don't know me, I have to use this on-screen keyboard due to health reasons. That's why it's up there. Shift spacebar and type in sPolygon. Shift spacebar again. And then type in Extrude. Okay, now with this sPolygon node selected, we're going to start masking. We're going to need 1, 2, 5 altogether. Going to name them all. We'll name this one Inner. Click away again. We'll name this one Top Tier. This one bottom left. Actually, I'm just going to name it Left Tier. Bottom is kind of a long word in there. And the last one will be Right Tier. Click away again. Okay, now I'll get start masking here. If you hold the shift bar down, shift key down, I should say, while you mask out the straight edges, it'll stay straight. It won't get off line on you. I'll do the first part here a little bit slower, and then when you want to control the corners, use the control button for the handles. Fourth button over, modify only tool. If you go to that, you won't screw up your polyline. If you click on it somewhere else other than the corner. I don't know if you can see this, how it's masked out. But we're all done with that, so we'll move on. Okay, now we'll set up a 3D scene. Up here in the toolbar. If I would have selected the extrude node, it would have connected. Now a 3D camera, spotlight, and render. Pipe your render right into the media out, put it in viewer 2. Let's actually put the merge in viewer 1. Select your camera node. Cameras within our extrude here. We're going to move that back and you'll start seeing it in viewer 2. So go to the inspector under transform, under translation, Z-axis, and we'll move that camera back. You can see it in viewer 1. As it moves back in viewer 2, you'll see it appear and we'll make it the correct size. Something like that. We can always change it later. Select the render node. Go up here to render type. Switch it from software render to hardware. That way your computer will decide whether it needs a GPU or CPU for best performance. Enable lighting and shadows. Now select your spotlight. Go ahead and open the cone angle all the way. Then go to transform. In the inspector, translation, Z-axis again. And we'll move that camera or the light back. You'll see it in viewer 2. Be sure to select use target. That way it always points at our project. We can always rearrange that later. In case you're wondering why I'm zooming in and zooming out and stuff the way I'm doing it, my controller does not have a middle mouse wheel. It's a handicap controller, so it'll be different the way you guys are doing it. If you have a middle mouse wheel, it's supposed to be the easiest way to do it. We'll turn it sideways in viewer 1 like this, with the extrude node selected. In the inspector, you'll see you have all the controls as you would in 3D text. So let's take the extrude depth up to like 1 or 0.125. And on the bevel depth and bevel width, go 0.02 on both of them. Right now we're rounding the edges of this. Let's go to custom. If you go up here to lighting, you turn that on and off. That way you can see the beveled edges much better. Highlight both these bottom ones. This leg here on the left is the front, and this is the back. If you're doing text where you're not going to see the back of it, you don't need to do this back side, but this will be revolving as you've seen, so we're going to do both. Top ones, you can highlight them both and hit F as in Frank on the keyboard. That flattens them. Then bring both them handles all the way out. Now you'll see in viewer 1, our corners are much more rounded. We can make them look a little better than that. Take the subdivisions all the way to the right. If you look in viewer 1 right now, you'll see what it does when I change it. And take the smoothing angle all the way to the right as well. Let's take the excursion depth to 0.15. Okay, select your first polygon node, sPolygon node, which is the outer. Shift spacebar and look for sBoolean node. And now you just won't see anything. Take your inner mask, connect it to that, we'll have it back. Then select the sBoolean node. Go up here in the inspector under operations and select subtract. Now we have an outer perimeter, which is what we're looking for. Now with the sBoolean node selected, go to shift spacebar and type in smerge. Make sure it's connected. That's the top one, teardrop, as you've seen. Bottom left one. And bottom right. We're going to put color on them. Select the top one. Go to the inspector under styles. The light blue is what the normal color is. Go to the left one. Same thing, go to the inspector and we'll pick yellow. Darker yellow. Now select the right one. And select red. Okay, onto the sBoolean node is where you want to make your outer perimeter color. The masking, the sPolygons don't make an effect. I couldn't remember which ones I used. And if you want different colors, make them whatever you like. Okay, now we're going to animate this. Select the Extrude node. Shift spacebar and transform 3D. Make sure it's connected. You want it to be between everything that's going to be animated and your camera and lights. If you put it downstream of them, it won't work. Now if you go up in the inspector under rotation, y-axis, it'll rotate. I'm going to start mine at a minus 20. I am on a 30 frame per second frame rate. And we're still at 5 seconds. So we'll set that on minus 20. Set a keyframe. Go to frame 75. And we'll go to 160. Then take the playhead all the way to the end. To 340. If you look when I rotate it, it's got a slight wobble to it. That's because the pivot point is not in the center. With the transform node selected, under pivot, z-axis, mine ended up being right around 0.058. I moved this anchor point to the center, so it should rotate better. And the more you play with it, the more accurate it'll look. Okay, now we'll open our spline. Select your transform 3D node first. It's the only one we need. If you open your spline and your controls are covering part of it, up here in the top right corner, hit shrink. That'll open it up. Select the transform. Go over here to zoom to fit. Because right now, we cannot stretch out that timeline any longer than 5 seconds. But when I get done here, we're going to be able to do that. If I was to go up top and play it right now, and stretch it out to 20, it would only rotate the 5 seconds, and then that playhead will continue to play to the end. We're going to set relative, so you can set the duration however long you'd like. So select all of them, whether you want to highlight them with your cursor or hit the little box here. Hit F as in flatten on the keyboard, and you'll see the little arms came out flat. And come over here to set relative. Select that. Then hit T as in Tom on the keyboard. We're going to adjust these out. We're going to do both the ease in and ease out, so lock it. I'm going to take mine from 33 up to 55. The higher it is, the quicker it'll rotate, the longer it'll set before it rotates again. Lock them. Close your spline, and we'll go to the edit page and see how it looks. I ran mine out to 25 seconds. We'll render the cast, we'll play smooth. It'll render pretty fast with the settings we have. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.